Good evening, everybody, and welcome to tonight's stream. See, I told you I'd do it today, and I am. So I hope you guys are looking forward to this. Do you remember what happened last time? For anyone who didn't or are new to my channel, the main characters discovered a petrified high schooler in the park, and then some guy with telepsychonetic fire powers nearly burned the school down. Well, he didn't really. The flames only seemed to hurt, but they didn't do any damage, weirdly enough. So yeah, now Miyako Kujo is going to explain what all that shit was about last time. Let's go. A short time afterwards, every student in the school is ordered to assemble in the gymnasium to await further instructions. They make us wait for about 3 minutes. The principal comes out and, without attempting to explain the earlier incident, briefly announces that everyone is free to go home for the day, effectively dismissing us. And after an incident like that, I'm not surprised. Who could focus on schoolwork after a student goes crazy and nearly burns the school down? Like I said, not literally, because, you know, the flames only hurt. They didn't actually cause fire damage. I've already said this. Why am I repeating myself? I don't know. Who cares? Let's go. Oh yeah, and his little sister was in that classroom as well, which wasn't great, but at least she's fine. Since I'm worried about Sora, I decide to walk her back to my folks' place. Or so I planned, at least. However, given Kujo and I had been witnessed plunging into the heart of that conflagration, there was no way they were going to let us just leave without asking us a few questions first, as you'd expect. I entrust Sora to a friend of hers who apparently lives nearby, and Kujo and I offer our explanation to the firefighters. We limit ourselves to only telling them about the unusual nature of the fire. Normally they would never buy our story, but with the additional evidence of videos provided by some of the onlookers, they're forced to accept it. It burned unnaturally, and it went out just as unnaturally, and the video proves it. Things don't go as smoothly at our next questioning. We get a very welcome talking to from the head teacher of our grade. I can't believe how reckless that was! You two could have died in there! I get annoyed at the pointless lecture, which he of course notices, so naturally he starts chewing me out even worse. Well, teachers have to assert their authority, don't they? After he finally winds down his sermon and lets us go, Ms. Naruse comes out with us and says, This teacher's great, I love her. She does not sugarcoat anything, she says it exactly how it is. That cheers me up a little, as I'm sure it would. Man, we're finally out of there. It would not surprise me at all. We trudged through the front gates. The fire engine seemed to have left. Those firefighters must have been awfully confused. Why are our fire hoses not putting out this fire? What's going on? That's what I imagine they'd be thinking. Oh, right, okay. They arrived after the fact, didn't they? Yeah, that's true. They rushed to the scene only to find no trace of a fire, and on top of that, the students gave them a story that made no sense. And with video evidence, they were forced to accept the fact. Well, whatever. Their problem, not mine. True enough. At any rate, we made it. But doesn't she owe him an explanation? I'm beat. Though I've got to get some grub first. I'm so hungry I might drop dead. Well, it's a perfect excuse then, isn't it? Oh, the talk, right? It can wait till tomorrow. You must be tired yourself, Kujo. Even though she's the one who put out his fire, she's the one who ultimately saved the day. Kakeru just helped, that's all. Oh, okay. Want to go to 9 Ball?
今の時間は多分混んでると思う。ランチタイムは主婦の人たちでいっぱいで。
Huh, so it sounds like it's a very popular little place, isn't it? Guess we should find somewhere else then. Oh, you brought a lunch for yourself, Kujo?
ええ。でも、そうね。できれば人のいないところで話したいかも。
That's fair enough, because, you know, this is a talk. People aren't going to, you're not going to want to tell people this sort of supernatural stuff, do you? Especially when it exists, but people don't seem to know it exists very much, it seems like, anyway. We can probably manage that. I mean, when I'm thinking of where we could sit down and eat without being bothered, my place is the only thing I can think of.
お邪魔しても大丈夫？
Oh, he's gonna have a go round! At it? You'd be okay with that?
ご迷惑じゃなければ。
She's such a sweetheart, isn't she? Oh, she's so cute! No, of course not. I just didn't think. But sure, let's do it.
うん。あ、荷物カゴに入れてね。
There you go. She's such a nice lady. A nice young woman, isn't she? Arigato. I set my bag in Kujo's bike basket and we head off. I can't believe I'm bringing Kujo to my apartment. This is the first time I'll be having a girl over, other than Sora. I'm freaking out here. You're the one who suggested it, dude. You've hit the jackpot, as you'd say. Of course, it's very awkward, isn't it? Between our exhaustion and the obvious tension, our conversation grinds to a halt. Stewing in the awkwardness, we head toward my apartment. Probably not the best mood. Oh, excuse me, tired. We pop into the convenience store on the way so I can buy myself a lunchbox. And then, at last, we reach my apartment. Don't overthink this. I'm just grabbing a midday bite with Kujo. I'm alone with a girl in my apartment. Every man's dream, isn't it? I can't let her find out how excited I am over this. Yeah, we already have one freak. One freaky person in this game.
お店に来ないときはいつもコンビニで。
Pretty much. Or a prepared meal from the supermarket. Or something like that.
そうなんだ。
Kujo, did you make your own lunch?
ええ。たまにお母さんに作ってもらうこともあるけれど、できる限り自分で。
Well, she works in a cafe, doesn't she? You'd think she'd be pretty good at cooking. I mean, she's a server, not a chef, but, you know. I imagine she'd pick up a few things. That's amazing. I could never manage that.
よかったらこれ食べて。
Wow. Do you have to ask? At it? Are you sure?
コンビニのお弁当だけじゃバランス悪いもの。嫌いじゃなかったらどうぞ。
True enough. They're not the most nutritionally balanced things you can get. Unless you aim to buy one. Not the easiest thing to do, mind. Those snacks are very tempting after all. Arigato. Then don't mind if I do. She passes me a bit of her braised spinach. I take a bite. Wow, this is great. Really? Just like cooked spinach, really? Is that really that nice?
よかった。
We're all alone, sitting across from each other. Here I am, eating food prepared by a girl. I'm getting pretty worked up, seeing one of my most cherished dreams from when I first started living alone finally coming to fruition. But this is no time to get lost in my thoughts. Indeed, we have an explanation we need. So, can you tell me what the heck happened back there? Kujo's chopsticks freeze. Maybe she was also enjoying this sort of situation they were in now. Ah, yes. The difficult truth. A madman wreathed in flame. Kujo, a blue symbol flashing on her left hand, so similar to the one on the man's cheek. Unexplained superpowers. I need to know what's going on. This is no time to get all love-struck and dopey. Well, at least he's keeping his focus. It's important after all.
説明する前にまず体験してもらった方がいいかもしれない。
I wonder what she's going to do then. At it? I've experienced enough. I'll believe whatever you tell me.
ええ、でも理解もしてもらおうと思って私のことを。
It's a power to cancel other people's powers. When you think about it, it's a bit like Toma's Imagine Breaker in the Tuaru franchise. Able to neutralize any superpower he touches, which is pretty neat. Even magic, but I wonder if it's the same here. Or if it works by similar rules. I mean, I haven't seen Season 3 of Index, so I'm not sure if there's anything else revealed about his powers in that will give me a bit more of an understanding about whether this is similar or not, but we'll see. She sets down her chopsticks, pulls out her phone, and begins fiddling with it. She props it up on my bookcase, pointing the camera in my direction.
動画撮るね。
Alright, so if you need proof or further proof, here you go. Sure, no prob.
新見くんの持ち物何か借りていい？
What could it be? Like anything?
ええ、できれば愛着のあるものを。
Do you think it's his laptop? Seems like the most important thing to him in his apartment, at least. Oh, how about this? Glancing around, I spot my cell phone on the table beside me and I pick it up and hand it to her. Okay, a cell phone too, I guess.
ありがとう。くだらない質問だけど、ごめんなさい。付き合ってね。
Okay. Whoops, I preempted that line. Okay.
これは新見くんのスマートフォンで、私の持ち物じゃない。そうよね。
Yes, okay, let's humor her then. Hi, that's right.
黒いカバーがつけてある。
Yep, came with it when I bought it.
気に入ってる？
Of course. It's an older model, but I got it as a present for making it into the academy. So I'm pretty attached to it. Okay, that makes sense.
ありがとう。はい、返すね。
Okay. Heard it. I take my phone, dumbfounded. I'm clueless as to what she's trying to do here, but I play along while taking another bite of spinach. Are you gonna eat her whole lunch, dude? That's kind of rude.
じゃあ、ようやく本題。
Oh, I can't wait for this. She raises her left hand. The magic hand. Back at school, I thought I had a firm grip on the guy's jewelry, but somehow it ended up in Kujo's hand.
私の手、よく見ていて。
Oh, maybe it's teleportation magic. That could be it. Gotcha. When she inhales and holds her breath, the emblem reappears on her hand, producing a faint glow. I blink for less than a second. When my eyes open, I notice that Kujo is now holding a smartphone with a black cover in her hand. Wow, yeah. It was just like that. You teleported it to your hand.
これ、誰のスマートフォンかわかる？
It's yours, of course.
私のはあっちに。
Oh, I see. At it. You carry two? Come on, dude.
ううん。一つしか持ってない。
It looks exactly like your phone. Why are you not picking up on that? What the fuck, dude? Whose is it then? And where did you teleport it from?
この部屋にあった。
Oh, Honto? Did Sora leave hers behind? Yeah. Hers is a different model.
見覚えはない？
Not at all.
わかった。ありがとう。はい。
What? Hmm?
返すね。
Oh, okay. She hands the phone to me.
そのスマートフォン、誰のかわかる？
At it? Well, it's mine. What the fuck?
さっきまで知らないって言ってた。
I know, right? That's so weird. At it? No way. This is mine, obviously. I wouldn't say something silly like that. No, I think this has something to do with her power.
そう。ありがとう。実験終わり。
It explains why she wanted to record it. Now it all makes sense. She can make anything hers. I take it. That's how her power works. Nani? As I tilt my head in utter confusion, Kujo goes to retrieve her phone from the bookshelf.
見て。
Also, nice to see you, Tolrath. It's been a while. She fusses with the phone for a minute, then shows me the screen. I watch the video on it. Kujo asks her question. I answer it in turn. Kujo lifts her left hand. Her hand shines and my phone teleports to her hand. And then... Are it? The me in the recording offers up an insane answer to her question. I'm saying I don't recognize my own phone. What's more, I don't remember saying any of that.
そう。それが私の力。
So if she has a good look at what she wants, she can make it hers and teleport it to her hand. Is that what this is? Kujo speaks, watching timidly for my reaction.
他人の持ち物の所有権を奪い、その持ち物に関する記憶まで消してしまう。
Yeah, that's pretty much what I said, wasn't it? Yeah, that's pretty much it.
この能力によって奪った物品は問答無用で私のものになるの。
But if she chooses to return them, then they become theirs again.
元の持ち主は奪われたことに気がつかないし、私が所有権を放棄しない限り、初めから持っていなかったものとして振る舞う。
That's a very interesting power, man. Think of all that she could do with that power. That is crazy. She could be the ultimate supervillain. Just the ultimate thief, even.
所有権を放棄した後も奪われたことに気がつかない。持ち物に関する記憶が戻る代わりに、私が奪っていた間の記憶が抜け落ちるから。
Someone as earnest and honest as herself is the perfect owner of this power, evidently, isn't it?
他人の大事なものを自分の所有物にしてしまう。盗人の力。
The power of the thief. Interesting. You're saying this is what you use back there?
ええ。発動条件は対象の10メートル以内に近づくこと。そして対象物が私の視界に入っていること。
Oh yeah, that's right, yeah. The ultimate super enforcer as well, stealing potential. Well, so long as they're within 30 meters, of course. She'd be able to steal weapons from dangerous people as well, yeah. But, you know, there's a darkness in all of our hearts, really, when you think about it, so I guess it depends, really, what you are. Are you more good or evil? Whichever way you are, that's a very useful power to have for anyone.
アーティファクトに通用するかどうかは賭けだったけど。
Wow, she completely bluffed it. What's an artifact? That is what she said, right? Come to think of it, she also used that word back when we were checking out the statue.
フィンネ転生のメビウスリング。知ってるとは思うけど、見たことはある。
A bit, I guess. Apparently we're talking about anime now. Nevertheless, I refrain from voicing my confusion and let her continue. It's probably pertinent information.
作中にね、アーティファクトってアイテムが登場するの。すごく似ていたから名前を借りた。
Okay, using a reference to someone to be familiar with. Okay, that makes sense. Mate, you don't mean...
そう。
She pulls out something from her uniform pocket and lays it on the table. The cursed hair clip. What? Why was she trying to find the owner of it then? What?
登場人物たちは特殊な力を持っているの。その力はそれぞれ所有している専用のアーティファクトから引き出したもの。
Oh, okay. Maybe she learned the power.
そしてこの髪飾りが私にこの力を与えた。他人から物を奪い、記憶を都合よく改ざんしてしまう超常的な能力を。
Then you mean...
ええ、人を石化したのも今日のこともアーティファクトの所持者。アニメ風に言うならアーティファクトユーザーによって引き起こされた事件。
When anime becomes real life. That's pretty much what this visual novel is then, isn't it? And suddenly it all clicks. With that neat summary, all of these unrelated jumps in the conversation come together to form an explanation. But while the logic all fits together, I'm not emotionally ready to accept it, and I find myself at a loss for words. I mean, it's crazy. The stuff in that dumb anime is real? And yet, I've experienced it firsthand. I saw that impossible fire and that stone girl with my own two eyes. The only option left is to accept Kujo's explanation. But my common sense isn't making it easy for me. I mean, yeah, now you know how those firefighters felt. As I sit there, furrowing my brow and frowning, unable to come to terms with the sudden turn of events, Kujo grins at me and continues.
そうよね。私も最初はそうだった。
Absolute madness.
この髪飾りに触れた瞬間、使い方が分かったの。力の。
Wait, hold on. Hold up. She said she was looking for the owner of the hair clip. And now she's claiming it's her power. Okay.
でも、あまりにも現実離れしていて、信じていなかった。疲れてるのかなって思った。
As I think any normal person probably would.
けど、好奇心もあって、お店で新見くんに話した後、家に帰って試してみたの。
I guess since they couldn't find the owner, I guess it is hers now, isn't it? Finders keepers.
本物だった。お父さんの大事にしている時計が私のものになって、お父さんがいい時計だな、俺もそういうの欲しいって言ったの。その後何度か実験して確信した。この髪飾りはアニメと同じだって、アーティファクトと呼ぶべきものだって。
Well, this explains why that anime was supposedly a big thing at the start. Everything's coming full circle.
実は悩んでいたのは心霊現象のせいじゃなかったの。心配してくれていたのに嘘をついてごめんなさい。
Aww. So what you were really worried about was that you had suddenly obtained a superpower?
それもあるけれど。
And the other?
アニメのアーティファクトは所有者を選ぶの。
I guess that would explain why she happened to find it. You sure know a lot about it.
一応全部見たから。
My goodness, how frickin' adorable. She shrugs her shoulders with a sheepish grin. I mean, they did say, while the anime wasn't mainstream popular, it had some super fanatics. And I guess she's one of them. And that would make sense why she wanted to take part and cosplay as one of the characters at the festival. Well, that confirms what I suspected about the quality of the anime. But that's neither here nor there.
多分この髪飾りもそうなんだと思う。私は選ばれた。盗人の力が私にふさわしい力。ショックだったの。ああ、私の本質ってそうなんだって。
Now, there's one thing that makes me... There's one big question I have. And that is... Is this whole situation inspired by the anime? Or is the anime inspired by these events? These things are actually real. Which way round is it? Which way does it go?
真面目に生きてきたつもりだったの。誰かのものを自分のものにしたいって。そんな欲求が眠っていたなんて。
Well, like me and Tora have said, you could use that power for good and evil. Good or evil, even. So, you know, it doesn't necessarily say you're a bad person. You might use it for a good person. Well, you wouldn't have seen that anime. It's sort of like a part of this. It's a part of this visual novel. It's an anime in this visual novel, not in real life. So I wouldn't worry about not knowing about any of it.
醜い部分を丸裸にされたみたいで、それがとても恥ずかしくて怖くて、なかなか立ち直れなくて。
I don't know what to tell you. In my opinion, you're...
そんなに難しく考える必要はないわ。力に善悪なんてないのだから。
I was wondering when this thing would finally reveal itself. A mysterious voice shatters Kujo's concern and turns it into panic. As for me, well, I'm less surprised because he knows that voice. He's heard that voice before, after all. I mean, I saw it before it spoke. It was hard to miss, really. Something which definitely wasn't supposed to be moving around was clearly doing so. It was you all along, huh? You're the one who gave me that advice back in the fire, right? You saved my neck out there. Kujo directs a blank stare my way. It's like Spider-Man lady. The power doesn't define you, it's how you use it. You mean Spider-Gwen, I think that's her name. Of course, I wasn't talking to her. I was talking to that thing behind her. A little plushie sitting where it shouldn't be.
ようやく私を受け入れる準備が整ってくれたわね。ぬいぐるみのふりをするの大変だったわ。
My goodness, what a weird little guy this is. Yes, the plushie. Its lips curl into a smile and it levitates up into the air. Okay, now that is surprising, you jerk.
はじめまして、お二方。自己紹介させてもらうわ。
The voice sounds familiar, but I couldn't put my finger on the name of the voice actress. I think it sounds a little like the narrator in Okami-san and her 7 companions. So I think it reminds me of Kuroko from Index. Funnily enough, I mentioned that earlier, didn't I? I don't know, it might not be the same voice actress, I don't know. Maybe I'll have to look into it later. It gently hovers over to us before landing on the table.
私の名はソフィーティア。アーティファクトを管理する組織、セフィロトの一員よ。
Wow. Kujo stares in awe at the plushie that just introduced itself as Sophita. You know, That was an awfully quick introduction for such a complicated background, but I'm going to let it slide just this once.
そんなに怖がらないで。一応あなたたちと同じ種族よ。これは仮の姿。
I hate that smile. I hate it. Make it go away.
ぬいぐるみが喋ったら他のどんな不可思議な話も信じるだろうって思って、あえてこんな姿になってみたんだけれど。
What? Okay. So, a talking plushie would make more sense speaking this fantasy stuff. Fair enough. She looks us over with her cute, actually no, with her rather unsettlingly hollow eyes, and then gives us an ugly smile. See, I told you, I'm not the only one who thinks it's freaky.
その必要はなかったみたいね。もうあなたたちはぬいぐるみが話す以上の不可思議に巻き込まれている。
Alright then, Sophita. Then reveal your true form. And please don't be nude. Please don't be nude. I'm begging you. I don't have my sensor up.
今、アーティファクトと言いましたか？ええ、言ったわ。
It's fine like that, but when it puts on that creepy smile, I don't like it.
詳しいんですか？もともとは私の世界のものなんだもの。当然ね。
Oh great, here we go. Alternate parallel worlds, eh? Well, I was expecting something like that, to be honest. When I saw this visual novel on Steam, I was just like, yeah, I have to, this looks like a fantasy battle action anime game, so I figured I might as well give it a go.
私のあなたの世界。
Kujo turns to meet my eyes. You can look at me like that all you want, but I don't know what you're expecting from me, Missy. Oh, right, okay. I have a blue reflection. I bought that in the sale last month. I may play that on stream later, but I don't know for sure. I kind of want to start the Neptunia games like Rebirth 1. Well, it would be a reboot like Neko Para because I've already played it on this channel before, but not very much of it. Because I did it as a Let's Play rather than a stream game, so yeah, we'll see. I mean, I'm barely following what's going on here. Maybe because Kuja has more background in this stuff than I do. She buys the story abnormally quickly.
何から何までアニメと同じ。アーティファクトは異世界から流入したものなんですね。あなたの視点から見れば。
No, stop!
私の視点だとアーティファクトが異世界に流出したということになる。
Get that smile off my screen!
原因は神器が壊れたから。
Alright, it doesn't bother me that badly. Just being a little overly dramatic. Sorry. I won't do that anymore.
あら、あなた素晴らしく頭がいいわね。その通りよ。
And now it's bleeding! What is with this plushie? Freaking heck.
やっぱりあの神器が勘抜き代わり。壊れてしまったことでアニメのように異世界へのゲートが開いて。
Wow, okay. Damn.
ええ、私たちの世界がつながった。
I mean, if the anime is based on this, how on earth did the creator know about it? Especially because it's only just happened. I guess it makes more sense that this is inspired by the anime. I don't know, I lost my train of thought there and I just blurted whatever out, sorry.
じゃあゲートを閉じない限りこの混乱は続くわ。
Well, that ain't any good then, is it?
なるほど。
Like hell it makes sense. I can't keep up with you two geeking out like this.
あ、ごめんなさい。ちょっとこの世界独自の表現は避けてくれない？うまく翻訳できないのよ。
Okay, fair enough. What? Specific to this world? That really? I'm not following this. That's specific to this world.
翻訳？あ、言語は違うんですね。
Looks like it has a built-in translator.
当然よ。世界が違うんだから。
Oh god, I hate the blood.
もしかして意思疎通ができているのもアーティファクトの。
It kind of looks like raspberry jam, to be fair. It doesn't really look like actual blood, does it? Seriously, slow down! They both immediately stop talking. Kujo is keeping up with the plushie just fine, but I can't make heads or tails of what they're talking about. I need to start from the beginning. First off, what the hell are you?
私
Yes, you.
もう自己紹介はしたじゃない。私はセフィロトの
I'm already confused! Sigh, out of the butt. She sighs at me. Just FYI, I'm being treated like an idiot by a creepy little plushie and it is extremely irritating.
理解力のないあなたに簡単に説明してあげる。
Alright, thank you. I'm sure everyone will be able to follow this now. Gee, thanks.
私はアーティファクトを回収しに来たの。あなたたち道具の使い方もわからないお猿さんには過ぎた代物よ。
Ugh, I hate it. The Stone Age? Awfully big talk for a plushie.
だから本体はぬいぐるみじゃないわよ。可愛くて美人な女の子。
I actually can't wait to see this. I just hope she's not naked like what her name was in that you use the soft one, Sabbath of Witch, yeah.
信じてないわね。だからお猿さんなのよ。
Smug plushie. You want to say that again?
いちいち怒らないでよ。事実なんだから。現に強大な力を得たことで我を失って同族を殺したじゃない。
As far as I'm aware, that plushie didn't kill anyone, did it? I mean, that artifact didn't kill anyone. Oh wait, no, the petrified girl. Of course, that's the murder we're talking about here. Murder. The word hangs in the air. She must mean the statue. I can't deny that she was turned to stone. But to be completely straight about it, she was murdered. Murder by petrification. And the perpetrator can only have been one of these users.
さっきも言ったけど、続くわよ、この混乱は。現に力を持て余したお猿さんがさっきまで暴れていたでしょ。
Earlier today? What? Oh wait, yeah, of course. Those flames were also the product of an artifact.
魂を焼く炎ね。使い手が未熟でよかった。そうじゃなかったらあなたたち今頃死んでいたわ。
Oh wow, thanks for telling us that, man. If he knew how to use that power, he could have easily defeated us, basically.
私もいつかこんな風に。
No, you won't. I won't believe that anyone as sweet as you would be capable of something horrific like the petrifying person.
そうなりたくないのなら協力なさい。協力？あなたの能力は使える。すべての能力に対してあなたの力は切り札になりうる。
Exactly, Miyako. You can save the town.
あなたにアーティファクトを奪われたユーザーは力の制御を失う。つまりあなたは能力ごとアーティファクトを奪える。それを証明してみせた。
Indeed, indeed, indeed.
言っていたわね。せめて世のため人のためにって。今がその時よ。
And I'm sure she'll do it.
見たでしょ、力に狂ったその末路を。事件はまだ続く。そしてまた人が死ぬ。
I think we can assume the petrification case was either someone just testing their power out that they've obtained, or it was someone that person had like feelings for and they got rejected, so basically out of spite murdered them. It's either one of those two, I think, unless you guys have any ideas of what could have driven the perpetrator to doing that.
私ならそう止められるかもしれない。あなたの力があれば。
Alright.
私の力が
You thought your power was bad, but you can use it for good.
盗人の力なんてって自分に絶望したけれど、そのためにこの髪飾りが私を選んでくれたのなら、はい、やります。アーティファクトの回収手伝います。
Yeah, I think basically yes. I think you could. I guess you could say she's a magical girl now, but I don't know. I think she's more of an Esper. I think her power is more akin to an Esper than a magical girl.
ありがとう。交渉成立ね。はい。
Cujo grabs the plushie's tiny nub of an arm and pumps it up and down. Together with this traveler from an alternate world, she will protect our planet against the oncoming catastrophe. Miyako Cujo has entered the fray. Oh my god, Smash reference! You know, if this were an anime, everybody would be bouncing up and down with excitement over this scene. However, I don't know what's happening. I watched the two of them dispassionately. I mean, they're totally ignoring me. Well, yeah, because you're not getting what they're talking about. They can understand each other, you can't. That's why. This must be what it feels like to be an extra in a blockbuster movie. I'm just sitting on the sidelines watching the main characters psych each other up. Oh, you're, Ah, yes, you must be getting Madoka flashbacks, Atoll. Anyway, my bruised ego aside, I'm still a little confused about something. If she's the one you want, why'd you show up on my doorstep?
あなたが最初に見つけたユーザーだからに決まっているじゃない。
What? Excuse me? Wait, what? Cujo gasps and looks at me, while I stand there frozen in surprise.
新見くんも
Apparently? Yeah. Wait a second here. I'm friggin' lost. I don't have any artifact or whatever. No way am I a user.
そうなのよね。アーティファクトを所持している様子がないのよね。
So what she's saying is he's going to get one. Are it? Oh, you mean you were joking a moment ago?
いいえ、私は冗談が好きじゃない。あなたは間違いなく何らかのアーティファクトに選ばれている。
Yeah, okay.
でもその場合
He's not technically a user until he gets that clip. So you're saying he's going to find a clip and he's going to find something to be a user, basically.
そう、力の使い方を理解するはず。あなたのように。まだ名前を聞いていなかったわ。
Damn, how long it take you to figure that out?
九条美也子です。よろしくお願いします。
I am very much looking forward to Madoka Magica's movie series part 4. It's going to be a very interesting finale.
よろしく美也子。ソフィーでいいわ。
My name's...
あなたはいいわ。
Rude! What the hell?
とにかく美也子のようにユーザーになった時点で理解するのよ。アーティファクトがその知識を主に与える。でもあなたは本気で分かっていないよね。とても珍しいケースだからあなたのそばにいたの。
I'm trying to think. Is there anything prior to this whole thing that makes me think he's picked up an artifact? Did he pick up anything?
きっと普通じゃないアーティファクトの力を得ている。危険度で言えばあなたはトップクラスよ。最優先監視対象。
Okay, I guess. Are you for real? So the reason she's been watching me is that she thinks I'm a freaking security risk? But this means I'm a user too. Right? I mean, the cell phone does seem to be the only thing I can think of at the moment. So I have powers like Kujo?
何してるの?
Well, I was, you know, seeing if I could fire a laser beam or something.
バカなの?
Yes. I hate this thing.
あなたの監視はこれからも続けさせてもらう。もっとも、今一番危険なのは魔眼の所持者ね。
Yeah.
魔眼、石化のアーティファクトを持つユーザー。
Evil eye, huh?
その通り、石像は一体で終わらない。絶対に次の被害者が出る。
I mean, yeah, if you've got powers like this, who knows what you could use that sort of power on?
ミヤコ、魔眼のユーザーを探しなさい。未然に防ぐの。これ以上の強行を。
But it's obvious that user powers can't, you know, if this person has the evil eye gets Kujo, then it's all over, isn't it, basically?
はい、
She's putting herself in harm's way.
頼んだわよ。この姿では私は本来の力を出せないから、全てはあなたにかかっている。
I can't help but wonder now. What is her true form, and why can't she just go back to it?
頑張ります。
Very strange.
あなたのように正義感の強い子に会えてよかったわ。そしてかける？
Excuse me. Hey, you knew my name all along!
だから自己紹介しなくていいって言ったの。これ以上面倒事を増やさないように。あなたはおとなしくしていなさい。いいわね。
It's only natural that Kakeru hates this thing, isn't it? He doesn't really see him as anything but an annoyance that she has to be near. Uh-huh.
結構ようやく協力者を得られたわね。こっちの世界のことはわからないから、ミヤコ、これからよろしくね。ええ、よろしくお願いします。
Well, I hope so. Of course she is. Of course she's happy to help. She always loves to help.
かける？くれぐれも余計なことしないで。
I heard you the first time.
まだ話したいことはあるけれど、今日はこれくらいにしておきましょう。疲れちゃったし。
Uh-huh, I'll bet you are. All that talking must have really worn your voice out, huh?
じゃあね、また来るわ。
Whoa. You can travel through space-time. Whoa! The space around Sophie warps and folds in on itself, and then she disappears. What a needlessly flashy exit. Well, I remember that there was an anime where a otherworldly visitor had to possess an object in their world to function. Otherwise, they would be vaporized by the sun's UV rays. That sounds interesting. I'd like to hear that if we find out what it is. I mean, I may know what it is, but it just doesn't come to my mind at the moment. Nevertheless, it's proof that she's some kind of supernatural entity.
すごい。
Well, it was certainly something. Kujo murmurs as she looks at the spot where Sophie once was.
異世界の住人と交流しちゃった。すごい。
Yes, it's certainly something, as I said. I'll say. The polar opposite to Kujo, trembling in excitement. I'm pretty sour. Signing a contract with a mysterious being is a pretty famous trope, you know. Oh man, there you go. There's the reference to Madoka. So if you're the magical girl, the chosen one, then that's got to make me the enemy, don't you think?
そうね。新見くん妙に警戒されてた。
I'm sure that hurts though, doesn't it? I really didn't know anything about all this. Artifacts, users, none of it.
分かってる。新見くんは嘘なんてついてない。
So cute. Thanks for trusting me.
新見くんはどうして私のことを信じてくれたの？
About what?
私を信じて炎の中に飛び込んでくれた。
I couldn't imagine you being a very bad I couldn't imagine you being a bad person. You always work hard for others. You always put others before yourself, man. Ah, that. For one, I wasn't really thinking straight. I just knew I had to save Sora. For another, I could tell that it wasn't something I should try reasoning about. And more importantly, I knew you weren't the type to lose your cool in a situation like that.
私の人間性を信じてくれたの？
Excuse me. Maybe I should have a drink. A lot of talking. Ah, that's refreshing. I guess it's just that simple. Kujo looks down, her bangs covering her expression. Maybe something I said bothered her? She fumbles for her chopsticks and then reaches for a bite of food, but she stops halfway. She sets them back down and lifts her face once more. Suddenly it hits me. Is she embarrassed? I'm sure she would be, man. Her cheeks are flushed. I choose not to pry, picking up my own chopsticks and returning to my meal.
新見くん、
Yes? Or, yeah? I don't know why I said that. Just, yes. Like, no. Yeah?
よかったら一緒にやらない？協力してほしい。
I mean, they make a good team. You mean to search for the criminal? Yeah, I don't know what the artifact could be, but it makes him seem like the big supervillain. Is it gonna be like in Shakugan no Shana, where what's his name? The male companion to Shana, who helps her, eventually joins the villains in the final season, doesn't she? I really want to see that final season. I really should get round to it. You mean to search for the criminal?
ソフィーさんのことがなくても実はできないかなって思っていたの。今回のことで私はアーティファクトを奪えることが分かった。私の力なら石化の力を奪える。
But petrification power is very, very dangerous. You've got to really be careful.
犯行を防ぐことができる。
I can't do anything, you know.
そんなことない。新見くんがいないと私こそ何もできない。
Is she confessing to him? I don't believe that for a second.
あるよ。私一人だったら今回のことも無理だった。感銘を受けたの。とても迷わず飛び込んだ新見くんに。新見くんはとても勇気のある人。私もこうなりたいって思ったの。私が頑張れたのは新見くんのおかげ。
Oh, just kiss already, you two. It's obvious there's a chemistry there.
新見くんがいれば私に何でもできる気がする。だからよかったら一緒に犯人を探してほしいの。お願い。
I mean, how can you say no to that face? I carry a bite of rice to my mouth uneasily, not answering. I can't stop blushing. I never would have guessed she thought so highly of me. I'm not used to this kind of Oh wait, hold on. I'm not used to this kind of treatment. My parents certainly never had such kind words for me. How do I even react to this?
ごめんなさい。 やっぱりこんなこと付き合えないよね。
Nah, you're fine, you're fine. Of course he'll help you. Let's do it.
いいの？
Like I said, how can you turn her down, man? Look at that. How can you say no to that face? We can just leave that scumbag out of the loose so they can turn more people to stone. Oh, wait, no. What am I saying? We can't just leave that scumbag out on the loose so they can turn more people to stone. Kujo smiles. Wholesome. She looks so happy. And now I'm back to blushing and staring at the floor. Man, I can't believe it feels so good to have a girl relying on you.
大げさな言い方かもしれないけれど、頑張ろうね。この町を守るために。
Well, we're the only ones who can at this point, so yeah. I nod, trying to look good in front of her. I suspect her strong sense of responsibility is what has Kujo so motivated. Not to mention her sense of justice. But what about me? Honestly, my motives aren't so pure. I don't feel any obligation to protect the town or whatever. I just don't want Kujo to be disappointed in me. Well, that is quite selfish when you think about it. I want to get closer to her. I'm deplorable, I know. Well, at least he's willing to acknowledge the fact. But I feel it's a good enough reason for now. I'm sure he'll develop an actual reason to want to protect her, if not to protect the town.
よかったらこれも食べて。
Alright. ありがとう。
口に合わなかったら残していいからね。
いいえ。It tastes great. Really.
よかった。新見くんは料理しないんだっけ？
It's a shame because if you can cook, it would probably be cheaper than eating out every night. I mean, maybe not cheaper than a convenience store lunch, but you know. Yeah, not at all. I've got some cooking utensils, for what it's worth though.
あ、そっか。あるんだ。
Oh, she's not sure. Hmm?
これからもよろしくお願いします。
Well, I don't think that trope's gonna be in this. There's rice on your face, let me get it, trope. Same. We bow to one another. I don't know if it's because we're both utterly embarrassed, or if we're just worn out from talking, but... The rest of our meal is a little awkward. As you'd expect, to be honest.
今日はありがとう。
Me too. Itarashai. After we finish lunch, I see off Kujo at the entryway as she gets ready to go home. I had thought of maybe walking her halfway there, but nah, no need to go that far. Well, you would if you want to woo her like it sounds like you want to do.
明日は学校あるのかな？
It was a big incident. Who knows? Probably. Oh, right. I almost forgot. What happened to that piece of jewelry? The thing you stole?
ああ、所有権はもう手放したけれど。
What does she mean by that? Does she not need to destroy it? She fishes around in her pocket.
まだある。
Whew, well, that's a relief. That could have been really bad if it got into someone else's hands. She pulls the guy's necklace out of her pocket. The artifact. You kept it?
直接返すべきなんだけど、自動的に戻るかなって思って。
Ah, you mean the way your hair clip returns to you?
ええ、そうなの。そのうち持ち主の元に戻ると思う。
That's kind of a problem, actually.
そうよね。返さなきゃってそればっかり思ってて。
But if he has it back, it's just gonna cause more trouble, isn't it? After you steal something, can you just keep it?
できるけれど。
Oh, Gomen, I pretend I didn't say that. Kujo doesn't think too highly of her powers. Keeping something that she stole from someone else would probably be really stressful for her.
ごめんなさい。そうするべきなのに。覚悟が足らないね。
Oh, I wonder if that means it's gonna be Kakeru's now then. Firepower! Yeah. I'm sure we can work something else out. Actually, why don't you let me take care of it? There you go. Told you. Keeping that thing is just going to bother you, right? If it's going to return to its owner sooner or later, you might as well let me hold of it until then.
お願いしてもいい？ありがとう。
I take the necklace from Kujo. So this is an artifact, huh? Looks like a plain old silver necklace.
やっぱり新見くんは頼りになるね。
You won't try and use that artifact for your own personal deeds, will you, Kakeru? I'm bound to disappoint you sooner or later.
そんなことにはならないと思う。じゃあ今日はありがとう。
Right back at you. Your lunch was great.
明日からもよろしくね。
Same here.
お邪魔しました。
Goodbye. Kujo puts on her shoes, offers a deep bow, and walks out the door. Artifacts. An envoy from another world. The Evil Eye's user. Me being a security risk. Kujo's powers. Today has just been a sequence of crazy revelations. That said, the most serious events by far was, of course, Kujo coming to my apartment. Yeah, of course. Man, I'm in over my head here. Possibly due to it being all so surreal, the situation hasn't really sunk in. But there's no denying that this object resting in my hand is a relic with powers transcending human knowledge. An artifact. Man, the heck am I gonna do with this thing?
忘れてた。それは回収させてもらうわ。
I was wondering when she'd be like, oh yeah, that's right, I should take the artifacts, eh? Are they?
あぐ。
Ah! The fuck? Whoa! As Sophie pops up out of nowhere, her zipper comes undone and she engulfs my hand. I flip out and jerk my hand away, only to find the artifact is gone. If you wanted the artifact, you could have just said so.
言ったじゃない。あなたの手なんか食べないわよ。バカね。
I don't know. You give off Kyubey vibes, and we all know what Kyubey was like. She sneers at me and zips herself up. God damn, I hate that phase. I'm really starting to hate this thing. You ate it?
こっちの世界に戻したの。今後ミヤコがアーティファクトを奪ったら私が回収するわ。
Well, so much for having firepower. When you do that, the artifact can't go back to its original owner?
もちろん。
I guess if it's no longer in their world, it can't get back, can it? Okay, cool. I'll make sure to tell Kujo.
協力してくれるみたいね。あなたも。
Even though I'm a security risk. So long as it's not too big a hassle, sure.
良い心がけね。あなたみたいな凡庸なお猿さんですらアーティファクトに認められるのだから、ユーザーはもっともっと存在するはず。
Oh, goodness gracious. No wonder this says 4 episodes already. You really get a kick out of insulting me, don't you? Just how many of these artifacts leaked into our world?
知らないわ。
I guess that's one way of basically getting them to, you know, getting them to make the game series as long as they want. I don't know, Toreth. If you want to punch it, you can, but don't forget, it's actually a cute girl behind that annoying plushie exterior. I don't know how you feel about that. Wait, seriously?
たくさんよ、たくさん。
That's the best you can do, and you're going around making fun of me?
うるさいわね。とにかく血眼になって探しなさい。
Goddamn, so bossy.
中には都のように正義の心を持ったユーザーもいるでしょう。味方につけるの。
Okay, yeah, that sounds like the best option, doesn't it?
そして魔眼のユーザーを探し出し、アーティファクトを奪いなさい。
Sure,
それが
sure.
あなたたちの最重要任務よ。
Yeah, yeah, okay, fine. And what'll you be doing? Fuck all, I'll bet. Hey.
今は時期じゃないのよ。暦が悪い。
Yeah, of course. The stars aren't what? The hell kind of excuse is that?
うるさいわね。今は私が動く時ではないの。それにあなたの監視で忙しいし。まあ、せいぜい頑張りなさい。
Ah, yes, Tolrath with the gender equality. So this is how you treat your allies.
細かい男ね。モテないでしょあなた。
Oof, that's a low blow. That is a low blow. You want to say that one more time?
あらやぱん。あなたと喧嘩している暇なんてないの。今度こそさようなら。
Okay.
見てるわよ。あなたがどんな力を得たのか。危険な存在であることを忘れないように。
It's really weird. Why him? Why is he the dangerous one? Is he gonna be like, what's his name from Shakugan Oshana? He'll be an ally, but eventually he's gonna turn into an enemy. That's effectively what it's like. Hi, hi.
まったく。
Seemingly unsatisfied with my lackluster reply, Sophie makes another needlessly flashy exit. I'm beat. Yeah, man. This is a lot of lore to take in. I hop into bed and let out a sigh. Artifacts. A negligent envoy from another world. The Evil Eyes user. Oh, he's going back to this whole thing again. Me being a security risk. Kujo's powers. And unknown allies. This is a mess already. I may still be putting all the pieces together, but that much is obvious already. Honestly, I wish it were all just a bad joke. But if it means I can get closer to Kujo, I'm willing to put in the effort. The town is in peril, and Kakeru Nimi rushes to its aid, driven by his libido. Come on, you'll discover the need. You'll just want to protect her eventually, not just want to get in there. I mean, yeah, it is nice when you're not a faceless character. A bit like Saku Saku Love Blooms with the Cherry Blossoms. That was a pretty nice one as well. I'm the freaking worst, I swear. Well, no harm in giving it a shot. I've got to at least work hard enough to live up to Kujo's expectations. Here we go, the intro! We've gotten through the prologue, boys and girls. Achievement unlocked. Prologue. We did it, boys and girls. So yeah, it makes sense because this is the same. Developer as Saku Saku Love Blooms with the Cherry Blossoms. I've realised. Makes sense now, doesn't it? It's been about a week since then. The incidents have only become more frequent. Both the Evil Eyes user and new artifact users have been active. The opening of the Glade plunged Shiro Mitsugawa into chaos, just like in the anime. Or so you would think. In reality, it's been a total snooze fest. We had the human petrification case, and then the illusory fire. But since then, nothing to speak of has happened. Well, if you're going to be a criminal, you don't commit crime all the time. You've got to space things out, don't you? This is just conjecture, but I suspect that after those two incidents caused such a huge stir, the various users, including the culprit behind the petrification incident, are probably lying low, as you'd expect, right? As for that guy who turned the school into a sea of flames, the only thing I know is that he's stopped coming to school. There's only so much that a normal student can investigate on their own. Still, I can say with confidence that there's been no sign of the chaos Sophie predicted at the very least. As a result, both finding the culprit and finding allies have turned out to be difficult objectives. The ever-responsible Kuja has been fretting over it, saying, "We need to resolve this as soon as possible." But though I feel a little guilty admitting it, I've been hoping that things stay peaceful. My reason would be readily apparent. Oh shit! That is nice. He's getting a home-cooked meal. I can hear Kujo humming to herself in the kitchen. Sorry guys, I have to do this every time I want a screen. I want a picture for the YouTube thumbnail, because this is one of those games where you won't get to see the CG gallery until you beat the game. So put up with it for now. I don't know why, but Kujo has started to come over and make me dinner on days she doesn't have work. She is perfect wife material. Like we didn't already know that, but this just seals it, doesn't it? According to Kujo,
コンビニのお弁当や外食ばかりで栄養バランスが心配だから。
who am I to disagree? It's factually correct, and you get free meals from a girl you're trying to woo. It's a win-win, isn't it, ultimately for you? Apparently, she finds my unhealthy eating habits unacceptable. Also, she says cooking for me is her way of thanking me for always looking out for her. She is perfect, man, absolutely perfect. I don't have the foggiest memory of always looking out for her, which makes me feel a little guilty, but I've got a girl coming over to cook for me, and not just any girl, but the prettiest girl in class. No, in my grade. No, in the whole damn school! No way could I let an event straight out of my dream slip through my fingers. When Kujo offered to cook for me, I played it cool and said she didn't need to bother. But in my mind, I was flexing like I'd won a title match. As you would, man. I wonder what she's cooking there. Potato fritters? I don't think they're burgers. There's no way, they need to be a balanced diet after all. Though quick, Kujo never makes a false step in the kitchen. Today she's making Salisbury steak. Its savoury aroma wafts through the air. Ah, there you go, that explains it. This must be what it feels like to live with your girlfriend. What bliss. Each day Kujo comes over is a real treat. Or it would be.
Hamburg! Hey! Hamburg! Hey!
Of course Sora's coming over and ruining it. If only she were out of the picture. Why can't my clever little sister take a freaking hint? Because she's spoiled rotten, and you know this.
あのさ、ミンミ
Bromeo, I love it. Nanny.
毎回こいつ邪魔だなって顔するのやめてくれません
Excuse me, but you kinda are cock-blocking him, aren't you? Oh, you caught on?
露骨すぎてそりゃ気づきますよ。そんな無邪気にしていいんですかね。晩ご飯代私が出してるんですよ。
Well, if she bought the ingredients, I guess he doesn't really have real cause to complain now, does he? You're not. Dad is. Okay. Okay, forget that. Sora, you suck.
ちょっと多めにもらって着服してます。
Oh my god. Absolutely spoiled rotten. You're incorrigible.
ごめんなさい。私の分まで出してもらって。
Hey, the chef gets to eat, right? It's only fair. Kuja sets out a serving platter. On the platter sits a beautifully plated, multicolored salad.
ちゃっかり自分の分まで作っちゃって。ごめんなさい。好意に甘えちゃって。
You are absolutely fine, my dear. Nah, I told you, you don't need to worry about that. It's more fun if we all eat together, and it'd be just a pain to try and figure out how much you should pay us back.
そうそう、料理作ってもらってる手間賃ってことで。
There you go, at least Sora, I've got that. At least she's thinking like that.
ありがとう。できる限りお金かけないようにするから。本当気にしなくていいですよ。お父さんからちゃんと食費もらってますし。
Man, imagine if the dad heard how he gets talked about by his daughter.
ダメ。お金は大事にしないと。
I know, right? Absolutely. Come on, Sora. Kujo shakes her fist at me.
おじいさまがね、よく言ってるの。お金は贅沢するとすぐなくなっちゃうから、日頃から節約を心がけるべきだって。
That's fair enough. Wise words from a wise old man, it sounds like to me.
新見くんの普段の食生活だと、コンビニだと1000円近くになるし、うちのお店でも500円はかかるし。お昼もコンビニのパンやおにぎりでしょ。1日の食費だけでもバカにならないよね。
Yeah, that's true, yeah. It's not cheap to eat out all the time.
でも夕飯だけでも作ればかなり抑えられるよ。今日はレタスも安かったし、ひき肉も半額だったの。そうやって安い食材を選べば今よりもずっと食費を。
The more she's talking, the more wife material she becomes. Absolutely. Right.
え、主婦？
Yep, exactly. Housewife mode. Kujo waxes eloquent over the subject while I stand there listening, half in horror and half in awe. Miyako Kujo, the heiress of the Corona Group, a titanic corporation. Her hobbies, coupon clipping and bargain hunting. There you go, we're back. She's so prudent with how she spends money that she cringed to see a guy like me buy 3 sweet rolls at once without a thought and say, "What conspicuous consumption!" Kujo is the antithesis of what you'd expect from a wealthy person. If anything, she comes off as a model proletarian. This is a side of her I've only come to know in this past week. What's more, that stiff attitude towards me has started to soften up. I'm pretty excited about how fast we're growing closer.
で、セロリなんだけど、あ、セロリ入れちゃったんだけど、2人とも大丈夫？
No problems here.
ニーヤンに同じく。よかった。あ、いけない。ハンバーグ焦げちゃう。
This is why you don't walk away from the kitchen when you're cooking. She gasps and rushes off to the kitchen.
よかった。もうちょっとかな。先にサラダ食べてて。
Can do.
はーい。
Or so we say, but neither of us makes a move for the salad. We're not about to start eating without Kujo while she's slaving over a hot stove for us.
いやー、いいお嫁さんになりますな。
Right? Anyone should be able to identify that. Oh, quit it, you.
何こいつもう時々か。
Savage. Shut your mouth and take your ass home.
お前が帰れ。
No, you. This is my home, brat.
いずれ私の家だ。
Oh god, no. She's got the run of her home. Her parents worship the ground she walks on, and now she wants his apartment as well. You cannot have anything, Oni-san. This is mine. Everything is mine. The world is mine. Are you an idiot?
アホって言った方がアホなんです。
Rude.
チーズ乗せる人。
Oh, for sure.
私も。
I guess I would try it with cheese if it was me. Kujo's charming voice brings our pointless scuffle to a close. With a practiced hand, she puts on the finishing touches. And 5 minutes later, a delicious-looking dinner adorns the table.
では、いただきます。
Whenever there's cooking in anime or whatever, doesn't it just make you hungry? I am absolutely hungry. I'm gonna have a muffin after this.
いただきます。
I bet it's gonna be great. I put my hands together and offer a prayer, and then I pick up my chopsticks.
ソースもみやこ先輩作ったの？
She's on a laptop while doing it. Okay. Well, I'm on my computer when I eat, so I can't really say anything.
うん。ケチャップとかウスターソースとか混ぜただけだけどね。
It's fantastic.
よかった。やわらかい。うちのお母さんのハンバーグなんかカチカチなんだよね。
Oh my god, she's definitely after this life, isn't she? I start chowing down. This is incredibly good, and that's no empty compliment. Of course, it doesn't hurt that Kujo was one who made it. Nonetheless, with all due respect to Mom, it's simply no contest as to whose cooking is better. Oof. Well, I hope your mom isn't there to appreciate that sort of comment.
じゃあそろそろやりまっか。
Still chewing her food, Sora reaches for her laptop. Unfortunately, we don't have the luxury of taking our time over dinner. You see, this is also our strategy briefing meeting.
アガスティアの葉を引き続き監視しておるのですが。
Oh. So Sora's helping us as well, eh? Reconnaissance, I take it? The Leaves of Agastia. In Mobius Ring, the Cycle of Reincarnation, it's the name of the organization the protagonists belong to, apparently. Sora isn't talking about the anime, though. There's also a website of the same name. Yes, it exists in spite of the anime's lackluster popularity. Or perhaps that lack of popularity is exactly the reason why they felt the need to make a website. Whatever the reason, a fan site nonetheless emerged, borrowing the name of The Leaves of Agastia. Since posting their appreciation for the anime on Twitter is bound to make them a laughingstock. God damn that name though. That's so lewd. Like-minded fans congregate there to gush amongst themselves. It's pathetic. Unsurprisingly, it was trolled constantly while the anime was still airing, and then it basically died once the anime finished. But the webmaster still valiantly updates the blog. That's all there is to the site now. I mean, evidently it's going to be very useful for them, isn't it? Until recently, that is.
何か気になる書き込みあった？ね、ちょっと待ってね。
She navigates around and pulls up a role-playing forum. There, people talk to each other while pretending to be characters in the anime or original artifact users that they've made up. Truly a home for the dregs of humanity. Normally you wouldn't catch me dead browsing a site like this, but right now I can't let my delicate sensibilities get in the way of the business at hand.
ほら、ここ見て。今日の朝投稿された書き込みなんだけどね。
She scrolls down the forum and directs us to a post by a person calling herself the Queen of Eden. Wow, that's a very high and mighty name for oneself, isn't it?
アーティファクトの力をうまく制御できないって相談なんだけど、見て見て。アーティファクトが力の使い方を教えてくれたけどってあって。
Okay.
アニメにはない設定を語ってる。アニメではアーティファクトは何も教えてくれない。ただのアイテム。あ、そこらへん知らなかったな。私が引っかかったのはね、次の行。
Well, I guess it makes sense, doesn't it? If role players got their hands on supernatural powers, they'd probably discuss it and just write it off as their own, RPG thing. My power's gone berserk, and guys are fawning all over me. All these boys won't leave me alone, and I'm at the end of my rope. Oh man, I know exactly who that is.
でしょ？これ絶対あの人だよ。
Which one is that?
知ってる人？
We know of her, but not the other way around. There's this girl with a reverse harem we always see on the way to school. Oh, that one! Ah!
日に日に信者が増えていくんだよね。性格もなんか変わってるし。
Alright, there's our first victim, I take it.
性格が？
At first, she was really timid. I thought she'd just broken out of her shell and found some way to string all those guys along. でも、
そんなもんじゃないよ、あれは。モテ方も異常だし。
It was kind of weird, I have to admit.
異常なモテ方。確かに疑わしいね。
And I suppose a power like that is always bound to warp someone's personality. From having no confidence, it gives them all the confidence in the world knowing that all the guys are going to fawn over them.
書き込んだ人と同一人物なら、やっぱりあの人ユーザーだよ。ここの噂を聞いたんだよ、絶対。
Ah, yes, the rumor. They say there are real users mixed in with the role players on the Leaves of Agastia forum. The rumor sounded harmless and silly at first, but after the human petrification incident and the illusionary fire, a lot of people are starting to believe it, or at least show interest in it. And that group of interested people obviously includes us. We've noticed there are people writing things that only real users would know. It quickly became apparent that this forum has become a meetup spot for real users pretending to roleplay. Makes sense to me. And thus, here we are monitoring it. Now, as to why we've entrusted this task to Sora...
みゃーこ先輩に、私、それに一応にも、あの火事の人もだし、やっぱうちの生徒がユーザーになってるっぽいな。
Sora's a user! Oh, that's a development. I guess it wasn't all that surprising now, was it? Oh. No, that's not just her messing around and adding herself to the count. This brat ended up being a user too. Knew it. Her ability is perceptual control. With her power, she can make people and objects more conspicuous or less. I don't really know what to say about her ability. She hasn't shown us her artifact, so I don't know what it looks like. Well, you don't want to show your greatest weakness to just anyone. It seems she may also have additional abilities which allow her to steal things, like Cujo, and maybe even some sort of destructive power, but she's keeping that a secret for the time being. So wait, she just has a load of artifacts then? How very strange. I thought searching for allies would prove difficult, but it turned out I had one right beside me the whole time. So we got a new member to join our party with hardly any effort.
石化事件の犯人もうちの生徒なんじゃない？
Like I said, it's probably some boy who tried to confess to her and she just shot him down and out of spite turned her to stone.
そう結論付けるのは早いと思う。私たちの共通点ってフェスの会場にいたことだよね。
Interesting analysis. To be more specific, we were just there when the sacred relic broke, But if that's true, we'd also be dealing with people from out of town. Ne? No way we can keep track of them all.
そうね。もしゲートが神社付近にあるなら的外れな推測ではないと思うのだけれど。あ、そうそう思い出した。会場に気になる人でもいた？そうじゃなくてずっと聞こうと思ってたの忘れてた。
Okay, we're getting a reveal from Sora, guys.
何？アニメのこと。
何？どうして？
みやこ先輩、アニメとの類似点がどうのこうのってよく言うじゃん。さっきも言ってたし。そうね。それでこのサイトにたどり着いたわけだし。私見たことないからピンときてないんだよね。ゲートとか異世界とか。実は2位にもそうでしょ。
Don't you think maybe you should research it then, Sora? But I guess you wouldn't really care about it now, would you? I've just been going with the flow whenever she does that. But yeah, you're right.
でしょでしょ。家事とか見たし、実際に私もユーザーになってるし、今更って感じはあるんだけどさ。ここの掲示板の人たちがやたら盛り上がってるのがなんかこう温度差なんだよね。このエデンの女王もうさ、なんか怪しいって思っただけでみやこ先輩みたいにアニメにはないこと書いてるって分かんなかったし。
I mean, yeah. Okay, that makes perfect sense to me.
ああ、なるほど。そうね。アニメの知識がないと。
You should binge watch it tonight, Sora.
そうそう。もしかしたら大事な情報を見落としてるかもなーって。だから聞かないとって思ってた。
You watched pretty much the whole thing, if I'm not mistaken.
うん、全25話全部。
25, eh? Interesting number.
何気に2クールのアニメだったんだ。
Oh, right. It got 2 seasons. But I thought it wasn't popular. How on earth did it get a second season? That's so strange. Mind you, why do some of the great animes not get more than 1 season? You know? It's just weird, right?
かなり力入れてたみたいだから。私はよくわからないんだけど、作画あの良さには一定の評価を得ているみたい。
Now, I've got a hot take here. This is how I believe Demon Slayer is, to be honest. It has such high production values. I think that's probably the main reason it's so popular. But that's just my opinion. I watched the first 3 episodes. Haven't watched any more. I was like, it's fine, I guess. It does look very gorgeous, though. You know, it's all about the animation for me. That's the only reason I think it's as popular as it is. But, you know, maybe I should give it more of a chance. Maybe I will one day. And the plot? Yeah, probably less said about the plot, the better. Kujo smiles sheepishly. Well, that explains that.
つまんねえと。そこまでは言わないけれど、難解というか、説明不足というか。
I take it that Miyako followed it just fine. I've looked it up on a few sites, and oddly enough, that seems to be exactly why it was so popular among the hardcore fans.
思わせぶりな要素を深読みして楽しむタイプの人たちだ。
Well, they'll certainly get more enjoyment out of it, that's for sure.
町おこしのアニメだから、白蜜川の言い伝えを現代風にアレンジしたストーリーになるのかな。
Right, okay. That's interesting, that is. Maybe it flips my perception on whether the anime is created the lore, or the lore is in the real world lore, or the real world is what created the anime. Interesting.
小さい頃に聞いた話ではあったから、ちょっと懐かしくはあったかな。言い伝えって何でしたっけ？
Just goes to show how much these siblings care about their town they live in, doesn't it? You visited the shrine in elementary school, didn't you?
ああ、あの課外学習の定番の。
Makes sense. And Narise's grandpa lectured you about the local folklore whenever you went there, yeah?
だから それどんな話？
Obviously zoned out the whole time.
おい。
Man, that droning voice of his always put me right to sleep.
わかる。それ超わかる。
Poor guy.
昔この土地に大きな災いがあって白蛇様が助けてくれたって話だね。
Is the white serpent the basilisk, maybe? Oh, right. The white serpent came and left some kind of good luck charm? And that was the sacred relic.
そうそう。
Whenever I hear of the white snake, I think of Nadeko from Monogatari.
なんだよ、ちゃんと覚えてるじゃん。
Only a bit of it. I can't remember what kind of disaster happened.
そのあたりは私も曖昧なんだけど、アニメと絡めて話してもいい？
Man, this scene keeps going, doesn't it?
お願いします。
It's getting late now. I should have ended the stream already.
アニメではね、過去にアーティファクト戦争っていうものがあって、白蛇様、アニメでは聖女様って言われてるんだけど、聖女様が戦争を終わらせるの。
Okay.
聖女様のアーティファクトの力で異世界のゲートを開き、邪悪なアーティファクトをそこに封じた。
Oh, wow. So she controlled the gate.
そう、その聖女様のアーティファクトがこちらの世界でいうつくも神社の神器だったんだと思う。それが壊れちゃったからゲートが開いて邪悪なアーティファクトがこっちの世界に戻ってきちゃったと。
That would appear to be the long and short of it, Sora. You're following pretty well, actually.
それがアニメの冒頭ね。そして今私たちが置かれている状況でもある。
Okay, so the lore is the base for the anime. It's not the other way around. Okay. Now I see why you keep talking about the anime. It really does seem like everything is progressing exactly the same as it did in the show.
でしょ？白蜜川の大きな災いもアーティファクトが引き起こした天災。いえ、人が扱うのだから人災ね。そう、今回のようにソフィーさんの世界とつながってしまってこちらの世界にないはずのアーティファクトが流出した。その結果大きな災いが起きた。
This is why I sometimes wish I put auto on, but then I don't have time to give my take on things in the middle and between sentences. I don't know, maybe people prefer it that way. I don't know, but I just feel like I need to give a bit more other than a voice performance. Not that I'm doing anything special for the voice performance here. And that's when the Great White Serpent came along and resolved everything.
その白蛇様ってなんすか？なんで蛇？蛇の化身って言い伝えみたいだけど、正体は謎みたい。
Well, I guess maybe it was the similar thing to what Sophie is. Maybe.
まあいっか。アニメはどうなの？ゲートの監視をしていたアガスティアの派に所属するユーザーが邪悪なユーザーと戦うってストーリーだね。
Aha, I see. That's why they call themselves the Leaves of Agastia.
思ったより単純なストーリーだな。ユーザーってどうやって選ばれてるの？アニメでは。
Is it the same?
急に渋い顔になりましたよ。
Sounds like it. Exactly the same.
そのあたりは語られていなかったような。
Okay, okay. That's fair enough then.
だよ、それが分かれば楽できたのに。
Yeah, if they knew how people were chosen, they could probably narrow their potential targets down. What makes someone a wicked user?
アガスティアの派に所属しているユーザーが善で、それ以外は悪ってくくりだったかな。
So basically, if you didn't choose our club, you were evil. Is that it?
すっげえ大雑把。
Super vague. Exactly. No wonder the show didn't catch on very well.
もともとこちら側にあったアーティファクトを善とするなら、私の持つアーティファクトは悪ってことになるね。私もニーヤンもじゃん。
Yeah, exactly. You're not alone. Let's not overthink this.
でもなんか欲しいよね、血筋とかさ。
That would be way too easy though, wouldn't it? It really would be nice if it was something that simple.
ミャオコ先輩とかそれっぽくない？
Yeah, but I don't think you guys do.
私お嬢様だし、なんかそんなイメージ。イメージ。
Aww. Oh, that reminds me. Aren't there a lot of people like you in the Shiramagatsuwa with the character up for 9 in their family names? Oh, right, maybe that's what 99 comes from.
あ、うちのクラスにいるよ、九段坂さん。
There's also Kokonoe-san.
予想なんだけど、つくも神様から取ったのかな。つくもさんってそのままの人もいるし、十津川さんって名字の人もいるよ。9と10か。そこら辺の名字の人が由緒正しい血筋とかなのかな。ユーザーはその人たちから選ばれるとか。
But what about you and, Kakeru? Do your names have 9 or 10 in them?
でも、新見くんもソラちゃんもユーザーなんだから関係ないと思うな。
Exactly. Exactly. That's exactly what I was just saying.
あ、そっか。白とか蛇とかついてれば完璧だったのにね。
Well, you don't, so... Forget that train of thought. Throw it away. Well, actually, Sora,
何？
the me in Nimi is the character for ocean, right?
うん。
Once upon a time, it wasn't ocean, it was serpent. The same me, as in Shira Mitsugawa, the serpent in the Chinese zodiac. What?
マジっすか。じゃあ、私らも神の血統。
Wow, if that is the case, what a twist. According to the backstory I just made up, yes. Damn it, Kakeru, I actually bought that. You did!
一瞬信じたでしょうが。
I did as well, don't worry. I don't know if we all bought it for a second. Oh no, am I dropping frames? Please.
新見くんもそういう冗談言うんだね。この人超適当っすよ。みやこ先輩の前だとカッコつけてんすよ。
Maybe he was. Shut your trap. Look, this just means we have to search the old-fashioned way.
何を？
Users.
ああ、はい。少なくとも魔眼のユーザーはこの町にいるはずだもんね。私たちの手の届く範囲で頑張るしかないね。
Hey guys, I'm back. Yeah, the internet went down for the last hour. But yeah, I have no idea how much more dialogue we got left. It might even be a couple of minutes for all I know, before we can get to a stopping point. So yeah, I'm gonna just continue from here where we left off, okay? This won't be in the YouTube video, that'll be sliced in at the end. Okay. True, there might be some users outside of the area, but that's another matter, and I'm sure Sophie can handle it herself. Tabun.
そのソフィーってさ、ぬいぐるみなんでしょ？私まだ会ったことないんだけど。
Is she gonna get to meet her though? That's what I'm wondering. Maybe she will later, or maybe she'll meet her now. We'll see.
私もまだ2回くらいかな。
Oh, she met her a second time. They've met her a second time at least. That's something. She drops by my apartment every now and then, but she usually just says something insulting and leaves. You still haven't found an evil eye and whatnot? Or found the evil eye?
今はおとなしくしているけれど、そのうち犯行を再開するかもしれない。
Yes. Normally someone with that kind of power will probably strike again. I think you're right.
捕まえられるのは私たちだけ。燃える展開だぜ。これがアニメならまさに主役。
It might not be an anime, it's a visual novel, but you are the main characters, so you're not completely wrong.
この掲示板でうかつな書き込みでもしてくれるとすぐにでも特定できるのにね。
But let's face it, what are the chances? What are the actual odds of that happening? But we've got nothing on them until they mess up like that. Unless we can find a pattern, that is.
なんか書き込んでみる？マガンのユーザーが興味引きそうな。
I mean, maybe. That could work. Maybe something like, I want to try out my power on a human. Anyone with experience got any tips?
そうそう。
Doesn't that also just reveal you as trying to, you know, you're painting a target on your own back doing that as well?
そもそも犯人はこの掲示板見てるのかな？
And there's Miyako coming up with another very good point. Good point. For the time being, I guess we just have to investigate every shady customer we see.
そうだ、それなんだけど。
Oh, yes, Miyako?
前に話してた常連さん？
Oh, are they talking about that woman?
そう。やっぱりあの人もユーザーな気がして。
I mean, she definitely did look like a main character, didn't she? Who are we talking about?
いつもパフェ頼んでくれる。
Yes, the parfait girl. Oh, the parfait queen.
そうそうそう。
Well, anyone who's a regular at your cafe knows about the parfait queen.
パフェクイーンで通じるのかよ。怪しいのその人。怪しいっていうか、私が怪しまれているというか。
Is that why she's such a frequent customer, I wonder? あれ？
先週だっけ？うちのお店で3人集まったでしょ？ソラちゃんがユーザーだって分かったとき。
It would be nice if we got to see this whole thing happen. Oh yeah, I remember.
私が能力実演したけど地味すぎて全く実感してもらえず切れた時ですね。
I had a feeling it'd probably be something like that with Sora. Oh yeah, so you think she was listening in?
かなり大きな声で話しちゃったから、私たちがユーザーであることが彼女にバレたのかもしれない。
To be fair, I'm sure it was Sora who was quite loud. Did she say anything to you?
ただ、あの日を境に睨まれるようになって。
Suspicious.
ほほう、それは怪しい。
Yes, me and Sora are on the same page. Do we have any other leads we could? Yeah, I guess we really don't.
そうね、いない。マガンのユーザーの話もしたでしょ。それで私たちを警戒し始めたってことは。
You'd hope she doesn't think that one of them is the evil eye user. I mean, who's to say that one of them isn't? I mean, we know Kakeru is supposedly a he's a user, but we don't know what his power is.
犯人。その可能性もあるのかなって。
Well, we'll have to wait and see, won't we? If I remember right, she goes to Kuho.
そうね。九宝女学院の制服着てるね。
I believe that was the academy the petrification victim was from.
うちの学校の生徒説消えました。
I mean, come on. How could it only be limited to your school? I mean, seriously. True, but she is a high school student. It's still true that all the users we know are around our age.
絞れはしたけど、まだまだね。
Indeed. For starters, we can investigate the Parfait Queen.
よかったら一度お店に来てもらってもいい？睨まれてるの、 私の自意識過剰かもしれないし。
Well, hopefully it's not too late.
パフェクイーンって毎日いるの？
I mean, look at outside, it's dark, so you'd think it's late.
ほぼかな。学校終わってからすぐ来てくれる時と、ちょっと遅めに来てくれる日も。
Maybe she has club activities on some days, maybe. I often see her while I'm having dinner, so she's usually there around now. Ah, okay, that's good.
うん。カフェの後紅茶も頼んでくれて、1時間とか、長い時は2時間くらいゆっくりしてるかな。
Me personally, I couldn't imagine doing that. I don't really like to overstay my welcome in a cafe or a restaurant. Interesting. Maybe I should take a peek once I drop off Sora at the station?
何？一緒に行けばいいじゃん。
It looks a bit suspicious if all of you go, isn't it? I don't think so.
え、何？いやいやいやって。でも遅くなっちゃうし。あ、そっか。バイト以外で会ったことないし、試しに行ってみるのもいいのかな。
Sounds like a plan. Let's go once we're done eating.
付き合ってもらってもいい？
Of course not.
ありがとう。
So cute.
あれ？だから私は？
You look cute, but your personality is not quite cute.
遅くなっちゃうから、ソラちゃんは無理しないで。
Yeah, okay, just do that. Yeah. Oh, Torath, man, my dude. Yeah, my internet died. And I spent the last hour trying to fix it. I finally got it fixed, and because I wanted to stop at a point where I could officially, like, stop, I decided to just drop back on for however long this is gonna take.
別に無理じゃないけど。
I don't think so.
だからなんだよそれ、喧嘩売ってんの？
Hurry and eat. We wouldn't want the Salisbury steak Cujo worked so hard on to get cold.
やだ、チーズが固まっちゃう。
Sora, that is inappropriate behavior. This is a family-friendly stream, I'll have you know.
目玉焼き乗せてもよかったね。
Not you too, Miyako.
あ、それ次でお願いします。
We finish our briefing and return to our meal. There's a long road ahead of us, but we're moving forward, bit by bit. If we do manage to find the Evil Eyes user and put an end to their murderous ways, that could also mean the end of Cujo's cooking and our sharing meals. No, I think you've developed a bit of a too close a bond now for that to necessarily be true. I'd be pretty torn up about that. I think to myself as we munch on a bite of salad.
ごめんね、もうちょっとだけ待っててね。
Yeah, I should apologize to you. The way I'm always letting you do the dishes too. Yeah, man. You should do the dishes once in a while, man.
私が好きでしてるだけだから気にしないで。
This girl obviously wants to be a housewife when she's older. She's just such a perfect housewife, wife thing. No, not a thing, wife. Yeah. Is there anything I can help you with?
大丈夫。任せて。
She scrubs away at the plates deftly. I guess even if I tried to help, I would just end up getting in the way with how small and cramped the kitchen is. Well, one washes and one dries. It's not that difficult, is it? I fall back, dispirited. I flop down into my seat.
ねえ、私もナインボール行きたいんだけど。
Drop it. It's getting too late.
なんで？
Like I said, because it's late.
ちょっとくらい遅くなってもいいじゃん。
Damn it, Sora. Why don't you take the hint? Yada! I won't allow it!
え、何怒ってんの？
I'm worried. If anything should happen to my dear little sister. If something terrible were to happen to you on the dark streets, I would...
お兄ちゃん
He's just saying this to sort of brush her off, isn't he? That's what feeling I get.
お前ミャオコ先輩と二人きりになりたいだけだろ
Yeah, there's no way she's not gonna buy that.
ほら見ろ
Well, back to the usual, I guess. He's giving her a bribe.
おいなんだこの無言で差し出した1000円は
I'm begging you, please just go home.
どんだけ必死なんすか兄上
I love the Miyako sprite there. It's adorable. Derpy. Despite her disappointment, she snatches the bribe from my hand. I knew my little sister could be reasoned with.
わかったわかりました帰ります
Well, just goes to show, everyone can be bought. You're the best!
ニーニのそんな笑顔見たの初めてな気がする
You're the kind little sister every guy dreams of.
二人きりだったらぶん殴ってますよ何その熱い手のひら返し
Wow, there you go. I'd slug you, absolutely.
お待たせどうしたの
Nothing's wrong at all. Alright, Sora. I'll do you a favor and walk you to the station.
はいはい何がやるぞだよ
I'm totally the one doing you a favor. God. Sora mutters in imprecation, but I ignore her and jog to the door. Not forgetting anything?
大丈夫
Cool. Alright then, let's get going.
ミャーコ先輩ごちそうさまでしたいえいえお粗末様でした
Wife. Kujo and Sora sling their bags over their shoulders, and I go out empty-handed. The three of us exit my apartment and head toward the station. Alright, there you go. There's our stopping point, our official stopping point.
セーブしました
So yeah, it's past 2 o'clock. I did not expect this stream to be so late. So anyway, thank you very much for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. We'll be playing some more Little Busters, Sasami's route. So look forward to that. Take care, and have a good night.
終了するのね